You there? Okay. So, okay, everything is fine over here. Let's start then. Organism from the genus Chlorella, okay, are protoctist. Mean they are unicellular and they are eukaryotic as well. State the additional information to required to name Chlorella according to the binomial system. So this is the genus name. What other thing is required? Binomial name is made up of two things. One is genus name and the second one is, yeah, species name. What's the issue? It's not writing. Okay. Figure 1.1 shows the structure of organism from the chlorella. It has cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, and a chloroplast. Identify two structural features that indicate that it is not a prokaryote. Walaikum assalam. So prokaryotes basically do not have the membrane bounded organelles. So you need to mention that what is present in here. So it has a nucleus which is membrane bounded, and the second membrane bounded organelle is chloroplast. Yes. Then next question is, oh wait, I've messed up something. Next question is identify two structure that are found in both fungi and protoctist. Okay, this is the structure. What can be present in fungi as well? Among these, cell wall, nucleus, except this chloroplast. It has cytoplasm, it has cell wall, it has cell membrane, it has nucleus. So you have told me cell wall and nucleus. Okay. State the name of two other kingdom apart from this, this and this. So there are five kingdoms: protoctist, prokaryotes, fungus, animal, and plant kingdom. The next question is, chlorella is sold as nutritional supplement, and spirulina is also another one. Table 1.1 shows the information from these two supplements and recommended daily intake. So vitamin C is present in chlorella. Calcium has a higher amount, but iron is present more iron is present in this spirulina. Okay, and this is the average uptake of the nutrients that we should take. Okay, so above from this table, if a tablet contains a 5 gram of chlorella, this is given from 100 gram. If it contains only 5 gram, calculate the number of tablets of chlorella supplement a person would need to provide the recommended daily intake. Okay, of what? Of iron. So 100 gram of iron, let's say 100 gram of this tablet contains 37 milligrams of iron. You there? Are you following? Okay. So how much is required, let's say proportion, how much is required to get an intake of 12 milligram? Okay. So you have to find this x. Find this x. 100 divided by 37 x over 12. What's your answer? Let me do it. get your calculators as well. Okay, I'm opening mine. It's divided by 37. How come? Mine is 32.43. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, and then multiply it with 12. Of course. 32.4. Okay. 32.4. Okay. If one tablets contain 5 grams, how many would be there in 32? Like one tablet contain 5 grams. How many tablets, like again, one tablet contain 5 gram, how many tablets contain 32.4? 32.4 divided by 5. Exactly. Okay, and if you want to have a medicine, a tablet, then it would be 6.5. Yes. Have you got this calculation? Okay. Explain the advantages of taking chlorella as a dietary supplement rather than this. Now, what is present in greater quantity, or which is present in like more quantity? Vitamin C and calcium. As compared to the spirulina, it has more nutrients. Use the data from the table to justify your answer. Now, if they have asked you that you need to use the data, you need to give the values. Okay? So here we would give values that this is better because let's say chlorella contains more calcium than spirulina, and how much more calcium? So spirulina has no calcium. No, it has 5.10. So how much is present? 120 point, I need to go back. 120.0 milligram are present per 100 gram of chlorella. Then you can give the other value as well. The other is about, let's say it has vitamin C, while vitamin C is not present over there. Chlorella contains vitamin C, which is not present in spirulina. Now you have to give importance of this calcium. Why is calcium needed and why is vitamin C needed? Why calcium? Strengthen our bones, right? What else it do? Let's say it prevents rickets. And what about vitamin C? It is needed for healthy gums, and it prevents yes, immune system as well. You can write about immune system. Okay, if we're talking about healthy gums, it prevents scurvy. Okay. And why didn't we write something about this iron? Because iron is in lesser quantity as compared to spirulina. So if you write the lesser quantity, then it won't be an advantage. So you have to give the advantages, mean you have to tell which nutrients are present in greater quantity in the chlorella. Okay. State the name of one food that is a principal dietary source of vitamin C. Give me the name of any one fruit. Sorry? Citrus fruit. Okay, citrus fruits. Lemon, oranges, okay. Chlorella is also a good source of protein. What is the importance of protein in active transport? Where are these proteins are present in the cell membrane and act as a carrier protein. Okay, are present in cell membrane good. carrier proteins move molecules against the concentration gradient. Good. Using energy. You can write from cellular respiration as well. I need to add in someone. Okay. Next question is, state the name of the smaller molecules that proteins are made up of. Proteins are made up of amino acids. Okay. The next question is related to the respiratory system, and a diagram is given related to the respiratory system. What is X and what is Y? Sorry, X is? No, these are the intercostal muscles. Which one? External. It's on the external side, right? Yes. Wait, Y is bronchioles. Yeah, Z is diaphragm. Okay, so we are done with labeling part. Next question is, the wall of trachea contains a ring of tissues, and this tissue is what? This tissue, we name it something like a special type of tissue that is flexible. Yes, 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 yes. Cartilage. And what is its function? Okay, support trachea, prevent the collapsing of trachea. You can also write support trachea. Next one. State the name of two type of cells responsible for protecting the breathing system. Goblet cells, good. No, goblet cells produce mucus. Okay. Okay. A scientist estimated the pressure and volume in the thorax during one breath. It's October, November 24. I've sent in the group as well. Or you are not in, you are in the group. Okay, let's start. So, the pressure is decreasing in the thorax. I'm not going to tell what is this. The pressure is decreasing while the volume is increasing. What is this? Is this inspiration or expiration? The volume in air increases, there would more volume, there would be more air in the lungs, let's say, but the pressure decreases. So this is inspiration. Okay? So we have to tell the changes, describe and explain the changes. Like if, okay, how do these changes happen and why do these happen? Okay? Okay. So yes, the pressure decreases. Diaphragm, 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 diaphragm flatten. No, it flattens and move down. No. Yes, yes, right. Flattens mean contract. Okay, correct. Flattens, yeah, okay. Diaphragm contract and move down to, okay, to give more space to lungs. Lungs are filled with air and there would be more volume of air. What about external intercostal muscles and internal intercostal? External intercostal muscles contract while the internal intercostal muscles relax. So what would happen to your rib cage? Rib move outward and upward. And upwards. So this would give you 5 marks then. You can also write this is an inspiration. This, because I have written it in the start. This happens when air is inspired. Don't use the word we, you, they. Okay. Complete the sentence to describe the effect of carbon dioxide concentration on breathing. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay. During physical activity, the carbon dioxide concentration of the blood increases, which is detected by brain, and this result in increased and greater depth of breathing. Okay, I guess we discussed this yesterday as well, that these sentences would remain same, that carbon dioxide concentration would increase, which is detected by the brain, and it then causes the results in the expiration. Okay. Okay. The next question is about the nephron. So the very first part is glomerulus, which is made up of like lots of blood vessels. What is this B part? This is known as Bowman's capsule. Okay. Sorry. B is Bowman's capsule. What is A? Sorry. A, okay, ultrafiltration. The ultrafiltration would happen here, and only 4 molecules would move out. What are those 4 molecules which move into the Bowman's capsule? Which 4 molecules move into the Bowman's capsule? Water, ions, urea, and fourth one, glucose. Yes, 4 molecules move into here. So 4 molecules move into here. Okay, the blood enters through, what would be this A? Blood enters through renal artery. Okay, what is collected in this collecting duct? Urine. Okay. Oh, name the fluid in A and C. What does A contain? Blood. And what does C contain? Urine. Okay, a table is given where like it's written that this much water pass from A to B, and then glucose concentration. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay now. Okay. Percentage concentration in A and B. Where is B? B is the Bowman's capsule. Okay. So blood has just filtered out. So there is no reabsorption over here. No reabsorption because this is the very first part. Okay. So the water would move, glucose would move, protein would not enter, urea would move, and ions would move. Okay. So the bigger molecule like proteins cannot enter the Bowman's capsule. Got it? This is before reabsorption. Reabsorption would happen in the loop of Henle. Okay, use the information in table in figure 3.1 and table 3.1 to explain the differences in the composition of fluids in A, B, and C. Wow. A, B, and C. This one is after, I guess, reabsorption. How would you describe and explain? First of all, In fluid B and C, none of the protein is going to be present. So it won't be, it would not be filtered out of the glomerulus. Okay? Let's talk about, okay, yes, let's talk about water and glucose. All the glucose is reabsorbed. That's why the fluid C won't have any glucose. Okay? Some of the ions and water are going to be reabsorbed. So the solution would become concentrated. This is a percentage concentration. It's not the correct amount. It's a percentage concentration that after reabsorption, it becomes more concentrated. So ions and water, these get reabsorbed in the nephron. Okay, and all the glucose is also reabsorbed. So you have to tell which is fully reabsorbed, which is partially reabsorbed, and which won't be reabsorbed. Which component is not going to be reabsorbed? Urea. Urea won't reabsorb and would pass on to C. All urea, let's say. Okay, so you have to give, let's say, use the information describe. Yes, description is written, then we can give values as well. Outline how oxygen concentration is controlled. Now this is more related to homeostasis, which is the negative feedback. So what is negative feedback? That some process has started to encounter the change or to maintain the internal environment, but that process has to be stopped when that component comes back to its normal value. Okay? Now tell me, how is glucose concentration is controlled? It's a 6-mark question, extensive question. You have to give the whole thing, like the negative feedback. Wait. You have told that the blood increase in blood glucose level is detected by pancreas. Then what would, just give me one first. How? How? Glucose to glycogen. But if the glucose concentration drops down or decreases, glucose. Correct. Got it? What she has told. Ji Rafi, can you please repeat it? Okay. Yes. Just tell me the way you are going to write in exam. Okay, good. Glycogen first. It is there, but right now we are talking about the negative feedback, not about the, what is the conversion of glycogen. Okay. Okay. No, wait. Now the second case is if there is decrease in the blood glucose concentration, then pancreas secrete glucagon, which converts glycogen to glucose to maintain to or to increase the blood glucose level. Okay, got it? Next one, what is meant by gene mutation? Now gene mutation means gene mutation, not the chromosomal one. Okay, wait, what you have said? A change in base sequence of DNA. So changes can be of many types. That can be addition, deletion, substitution. Okay, maybe one of the base sequence got deleted, maybe added, or maybe like substituted. Some other base sequence occupies the space. Okay, outline the treatment of type 1 diabetes. What can be done if the body is not producing the insulin? Insulin shots, okay, insulin injections. Can be used to maintain blood glucose concentration. Second is um, glucose is monitored regularly. Okay, and third one you have told less intake of. So it won't be less intake because they need they need carbohydrates when the sugar level drop. So you can say the controlled intake of carbohydrates. Okay, and exercise, because the after eating their blood glucose level rises up, so exercise would enable them to consume that glucose to in aerobic respiration. Okay, question number 4, what is meant by term species? Wait, one of you should speak. What are you guys doing? Say something. Now you're waiting for others. Okay? Okay. Self pollination and cross pollination is given. Draw an arrow to show the pathway of pollen during self pollination and label this arrow as self pollination. Shall we start? From here till here, right? It would be self pollination. What would be cross pollination? Moving from here to here, oh, sorry, here, cross pollination. Okay, draw, okay, self pollination, draw one arrow, cross pollination, label this. Okay, labeling the name of the structure involved in pollination. Anther. So let's label it anther, and this would be labeled as stigma. Okay, let's move to the next part. State the function of part labeled as X and Y. What is X and what is Y? X is it's a complete ovary. It's an ovary. Okay, so what is the function of ovary? Contains ovules. Okay, contain ovules and fertilize. It's a site of fertilization. Okay. And what is Y? Y is sapples. What is the function of sapple? Correcting the bud of flower. Correct. So they didn't ask you the name. If they say write the name, then you can write the name. Then you have to write the name. But if the function is asked, then focus on function, not on the name. Okay. Be smart in reading the statement of the question. You need to learn how they are asking the question, or how they are like manipulating you. Explain why self-pollination that result in the production of offspring is a form of sexual reproduction and not asexual reproduction. Okay, it involves male and female gametes. Okay, point number one. What is point number two? Okay, these gametes are haploid cells. Point number three. The gametes fuse to form a diploid zygote. Okay, here I was about to write these gametes are haploid cells and produced by meiosis, right? Okay, state one of the environmental condition that hydrophytes, now the name is hydrophytes, are adapted to live into. Aquatic. So environmental condition is water. You can, but it's better to write water. Figure 5.1 is a pedigree diagram showing the inheritance of blood group in one family. There is B and A, and this is how the blood group has transferred. They haven't given you the correct genotype. Okay. State the number of people in the diagram with XY chromosome, like how many are male and how many. Okay, let's say first how many are male. How many male are there? Yeah, XY mean male. 4. Yes. Okay. Let's say which have only IA allele, like which would have A allele. They say okay, they have IA allele, and this one is third. Explain how figure point 1 shows that blood group is an example of discontinuous variation. Okay, good. Limited phenotypes. So you have only 4 phenotypes, and the limited number of intermediates. Um, or you can say there are no intermediates. Give an example of discontinuous variation in plants. seed color, seed shape. Shape, if you talk about pea plant, there can be only two shapes, round and wrinkled. The seed color is, I guess, yellow and green only. Okay, explain the inheritance of blood group. Why the inheritance of blood group is an example of codominance? Both alleles can express themselves, correct? It's of 2 mark. Both alleles, yes, express themselves and contribute to phenotype, as in AB blood group. Okay. A person with genotype IAIO has a child with a person with IB and IO. So you need to complete this diagram. What type of gametes they are formed, what offspring, and what is their phenotype. So gametes would be IA and IO. It would be IB as IO. Then you can make a table upon a square for this. IA, IO, IB, and IO. It would be IA, IB, IA, IO, IB, IO, and IO, and IO. So, is it same for you as well? Okay, what is the like blood group? Blood group is AB, A, B, and then O. Okay, how many offspring can have a blood group B? 25%? 1 in 4 chance. Okay, I guess this is the last question. The sorry, nitrogen cycle. Yes, nitrogen cycle. I've done one question in the morning. Okay, let me discuss that paper with you as well. Okay, nitrogen in the atmosphere is nitrogen fixation by the nitrogen fixing bacteria, and the second thing is lightning, correct? Uptake of what? Okay, they are fixed into in the form of nitrates, and these nitrates are then uptaken by the plants and the proteins are formed. They're eaten by plants. Okay, deamination form what in the liver? Urea. Then there would be decomposition of matter. The nitrification occur to convert ammonium ion into nitrate ions, and the process of dash occur returning nitrogen to atmosphere. Opposite of, yeah, exactly, opposite of nitrification is denitrification. State two processes that occur in both carbon and nitrogen cycle. Decomposition, excretion, excretion of carbon dioxide during respiration, and excretion by herbivores in the form of urine. Okay. State the principal source of energy. Sunlight. Oh, this was an easy paper. Relatively easy paper. Only one of the calculation is a bit tough, otherwise it was relatively easy paper. Okay,